Hi, hello everyone. Hi fam, how are you all? So, let me tell you something that has changed my life in the quietest, most powerful ways. It's not money, it's not even success, and it's not even confidence. You might be surprised to hear that what I consider one of the things that changed my life is kindness. Okay? And when I say kindness, I don't even mean like big charitable events or maybe like a dramatic kind of movie scene kind of kindness. I'm just talking about everyday, ordinary kindness. Something like I see you, I care about you. Because the truth is this, kindness is a way of life. And when you start living in ways that I would consider intentional kindness, the world around you will intentionally also begin to shift. So, today we are discussing our letter K, which stands for kindness. And for me, I describe this topic as home. Okay? So, but before we dive in, you are welcome back to EyTrudy, my lovelies. Have you grabbed your cup of tea? This is our little corner, or where we would say our little corner where we do like gentle growing, living intentionally, and choosing joy on purpose. So today, we are talking about something very simple, but for me, I consider it life changing, and that is being kind. Being kind to strangers, being kind to yourself, being kind to family, being kind to even people online, especially what I would describe as social media kindness. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will see why kindness is not just something that you do, it is actually something that you become. Okay? Yeah, I want to repeat that. Kindness is not something you do, it's actually something you become over time. So, what kindness really does to you is this. You know, that warm kind of feeling that you get when you help someone. I mean, it's not random. That's not like weakness, and that's not like doing too much as well. That is your well-being kind of rising. Okay, that's like your well-being kind of rising. I would say that research actually backs this kind of let's say this kind of thing, or this, or research backs it up, that kindness would boost your peace of mind, it will boost your self-esteem, and it will even kind of boost your happiness as well. And the beautiful part is this: there are no downsides to being a kind human. There are no downsides. Yes, some people will say, Ogon mere bukwanam. Yes, Ogon mere bukwanagi, but I'm telling you today that there are no downsides to kindness. Downsides to kindness. Because when you are kind, you are not just giving joy, you are also receiving it too. It's like your heart smiles from the inside. From the inside, it gives you that joy. Your heart smiles from the inside. And again, it's important to kind of even discuss kindness in our families, or kindness in our daily living units. Let's talk about home, because sometimes the hardest place to be kind is with the people that are closest to us. Maybe because of over familiarity, maybe because we see them every day. Sometimes family can test your patience as well. Sometimes families can test your boundaries and even your last nerve. But what intentional kindness means in family, what intentional kindness does to family is this: it would soften the atmosphere, it will heal misunderstanding, and it can also build trust. Kindness in families looks like, maybe, say, for example, you choosing like a gentle word, even when you have already tried many times. But instead of using harsh words, you decide to use gentle words. Maybe even checking in on someone without even being asked to check in on them. Or even maybe saying a simple thank you for the small things that people do for you. Or even giving people the grace when someone has a kind of having a rough day, you just giving them the grace because you understand that it's just a difficult time for them as well. And what kindness does is this: kindness doesn't mean like you have to be perfect or you're required to be perfect. It simply means like, okay, I choose to be kind. I have to be present, kind of. And what I would say again is that I want to digress a little bit more into kindness with words, because we all know that words are powerful and they can lift someone up for a whole day, or they can even break them down in seconds as well. So imagine if we all decided from today to use our words intentionally to encourage, to comfort, and to affirm people. Sometimes the kindest thing you can say to someone is that, I understand what you're going through. I am here if you need me. Okay, it's fine. Just take your time. Or maybe something like, you are doing your best and we all see that. Okay? Because kindness with word is kind of free, but the impact it has on the individual that receives that kindness is priceless. And we all know this. So, kindness, again, that I want to discuss today, after having discussed kindness in family and kindness in word, I want to discuss about being kind to strangers. This is one of my favorites because it is so unexpected as well. Kindness to strangers is so magical. And it is so pure because the stranger doesn't even know you, you don't know them, and there are remotely no chance of anyone returning the kindness to yourself. But being kind to a stranger is one of the most human things you can actually do. It could be something as simple as helping like a stressed mom carry her kind of push chair up the stairs. It could be just maybe talking to someone. You are just walking through the park and you see someone that is lonely. It could be just as simple as talking to someone who is lonely in a park. It could be even maybe holding the door open for someone to pass. It could just be maybe even smiling at a cashier who maybe is clearly having a long day at the workplace or at the supermarket. It could just mean even maybe making like something like baking something nice and just giving it to your neighbor. These tiny moments, they remind people that the world has some good in it. And they also remind you that you are part of that good which the world has in it. Being kind to strangers, being kind to humans, and even looking around you to see when others are being kind and identifying kindness and celebrating kindness. The other aspect of this is kindness on social media. This is very important because let's be honest, social media can be a very wild place sometimes. People can actually type things that they would not even say to you in real life. But you know what? You who is watching this video today can choose to be different. So, what I describe as kindness on social media would be something like Kindness online would look like maybe like not just maybe joining the dragging. They are dragging someone, not just even joining the dragging, maybe even intentionally leaving a positive comment, or maybe even sharing someone's small business to support them, maybe even encouraging someone's creativity, maybe even scrolling away instead of just attacking. Instead of attacking back or returning a harsh word back, you just scroll away and just simply ignore it. Because your digital footprint should actually reflect your heart. And if your heart is kind, then let it show. Because you cannot be a kind person in real life and then online you are just always dragging people down. If you've got a kind heart, always let it show online. And there is something I'll describe again. It's called paying it forward. So in the one of the books I read, describe this as this. Okay. It says like, if someone does something kind for you, you need to pass that kindness on to someone else. You don't need to kind of not back to the same person who showed you kindness, but forward to another person. So, say for example, let's imagine this just now. Imagine a friend of yours or maybe a colleague bought you coffee today at work. What paying it forward simply then requires from yourself is that tomorrow you can find someone else in your office or next door and buy them a coffee. And what happens is that the person you bought the coffee the next day can decide to buy coffee for another person the next day as well. And before you know it, that becomes like a chain of people that are touched by one simple act of kindness. And this is where kindness becomes contagious as well. And nobody is immune to kindness. Everyone loves kindness when they receive kindness from someone. So, what I would say is this: intentional kindness is something I describe as daily miracles. Here is the truth. Intentional kindness is a daily miracle in itself. And when you set out about your day-to-day life, as someone who is living a life of gratitude, you can be on the lookout to see when people show kindness to others. Because what happens is that it transforms your mood. It kind of shifts your perspective. It's even strengthened strengthen your relationships. It makes you more grateful and more grounded and more human. And you realize that kindness is contagious and is like a ripple as well. So when you choose kindness every day, you are choosing to live a life of purpose. When you choose kindness every day, you are choosing to live a life that you can create little miracles every day for every other person. So what I would say is this, my lovelies. Today we are discussing the letter K, which is for kindness, on our well-being series, which is our A to Z on well-being. So remember this, I would say, be kind, not because people deserve it, not because life is perfect, but because kindness is who you are becoming. Because kindness is a lived experience. Let's make kindness a lifestyle. Let's make kindness our lifestyle. Let's make it our culture. Let's also make it our legacy. So, my darlings, I love you all. Remember to stay gentle. Remember to stay joyful. And also remember to stay kind. And I'll definitely see you in our next video just now. Okay, so if you have watched this video up until now, thank you for watching, thank you for staying on. Okay, and you are welcome to share this video, like and subscribe, and even comment on this video as well. Thank you so much, and go out there and spread kindness. Make it very contagious, my lovelies.